Member, Commissioner.
All right. Welcome. We're back in session and time for the Downey American Legion Tour. So why don't you introduce yourself and tell us why you're here.
My name is Thor Gunderson. I'm the commander of the Downey American Legion Post 21, and I'm here to report to you on our operations for the previous year and answer any questions you might have on our budget or our finances there.
Okay. How many people did you serve last year? What did you do?
We did about 32 funerals. That's increasing rapidly, not only from age. The Downey are the Preston American Legion, and VFW, the American Legion actually shut down in Preston. The VFW has 3 members left, and they're very old, and they can't perform military funerals anymore. So we have picked up, we used to go to Preston, all the way to the boundaries of Preston. That's what we used to do. Now we go all the way to the boundaries of Utah. Utah has American Legion Post and VFW Post right across the border in Logan, but they won't come into Idaho. And that's a point of contention with me. But so we're doing all the funerals down south. We buried 3 people, 3 veterans this week. In fact, you were out, but I just told them that they asked me if I was alone, and yeah, because my unit is doing military funerals at 1:30 this afternoon, so they're getting ready to shoot right now. But we're going to do that. Veterans deserve to have their last rites when they die, and we have 42 members. We have about 15 of them that are young enough to be active and join us in things, even though they're my age or older. I'm 68, and but we're going to keep going. We're actively trying to recruit. We got 2 new recruits coming in that will help us, that just got out of the Marine Corps and the Army, and so we're going to keep going on. Some other things that we're doing there is we do the Bannock County Fair. We run the beer booth there, and this year we got our own booth trailer and fixing it up, and it's almost complete. We rehabbed the whole thing, and we're going to make some money on that. We've been making about $2,000 during the fair, and that's up quite a bit because I took all the guys who drink out of the booth and put in Christians and Mormons, and we actually gained $900 or $800 on that. That's a true story. And we checked with Bishop K, and it was okay with him for doing that. And
That's funny.
so yeah, we donate $1,000 every year, and then actually it's $1,300 to $1,500 because there are those of us that contribute part of our own money for that to Horses and Heroes. And those are you've probably seen it on TV. They're out of Montana. The headquarters for it is, but the only active site that they're using for the pure cowboy part is in Cottonwood there above Downey, Idaho, and they'll have about 15 military members who are severely disabled, limbs blown off or whatever, or severely have mental problems, PTSD in a deep quantity. And what we pay for that is the food, and we're not the only ones. The cattlemen up there throw in some, and There's some other organizations that help, but we give them 13 to 1,500, 1,000 out of our Legion fund, and to Nick Phillips up there, and he's in charge of that for the Cattlemen Association. And it's a really worthy cause. The president of that came down from Montana and addressed us, and he is a very severely he has PTSD really bad. He was a Navy SEAL, and I think he did 14 deployments. But SEAL team deployments they're shorter than regular because of the intense combat.
So with that one, do you have anybody local that participates in it besides just the meals and stuff? I mean, do you have anybody that are disabled that actually go and participate in that?
Not that I know of, sir. Not that I know of. They actually try to keep a lot of people from going up there, because a lot of people want to go see, and that can cause problems.
Well, I can see it in privacy. I just wonder
Yeah.
if we had anybody local that participated in that.
Not that I
which
know
would be-
of. And I wouldn't know. I mean, I don't,
We're grateful that they come to our
Right.
area, but I was curious.
yeah, we don't get a list of their names or locations or anything. They tell us how many we got, and we provide for that. We do ceremonies we did ceremonies yesterday, or Monday, at the little Veterans Park in Downey, in conjunction with the POW MIA riders of the motorcycle club, and we get quite a crowd for that, and we do. I am the MC for it, and then we do the military honors, the rifles and bugles, and the prayers for that. We provide transportation to veterans. I think some of you know Lonnie Jones. I drove Lonnie Jones everywhere. We take veterans who are unable to drive, or Melissa will let us know, and we take them to their appointments from Idaho Falls to West Jordan, Utah, and make sure they get there, get what they need, and get them back. We donate to American Legion Baseball every year, $500 for that, of course. And I think that's very worthwhile. I don't know if you saw the pictures. I should have brought a picture, but we donated 50 American flags. We got the flags from the church when they exited Boy Scouts, and I was district leader then, and I got 24 years in the Boy Scouts and still going, and we donated 50 flags to the elementary school in Downey, and those kids go out on their holidays, especially Memorial and Veterans Weekend, and they'll put 50 flags in front of their school, and it's a beautiful picture, especially if the wind's right.
Yep.
But they do it themselves, and they love it. They pound them in, they bring the flags out, they store the flags at the school, and then they come out and get them all set up and everything. They leave them up about 3 days, and so we had good flags. We bought good flags when we were in the Boy Scouts, so they'll last, but we told them if they start to deteriorating, let us know and we'll replace them for them. We're having some problems. our American Legion building, I don't know if you've seen it out there. It's an old CCC building, and it was built in 1926, and I don't know what they did with it between when they started making the CCC program come into effect, but they used it for barracks. One of the barracks, they had 5 of these buildings. This is the only one that's left, and we're having some problems with it. It's had a lot of use. During the Second World War, it was the barracks for the conscientious ejectors in the area. It was Camp 51 in their system, was at Downey, and that was interesting. I didn't know that they didn't get paid and the government didn't spend a penny on that program. And they had 112 camps around the USA. The churches that they were associated with had to pay for them, had to pay for everything. They didn't get a salary, and they had to pay for their food and all their expenses. And we do a little program on that. But underneath the bathrooms, the subfloors are deteriorating, and so we're going to have a project this year to rebuild the subfloors. We have some carpenters that are in our Legion, and they'll take the lead on it, and the rest of us will be laborers, and we'll get that done. Hopefully that's going to go well. It's a wonderful building. It's been there for as long as anybody can remember. And it has 2 3-inch guns outside of it, naval guns, that actually, the naval guns on display around the country are actually still owned by the Navy. It's the only service that retains ownership of their weapons out there. And the lady in charge of that program says that's in case they need them. These are World War II 3-inch guns, you know.
They're going to recall.
Yeah, they will. I got to take pictures of them every year and serial numbers and send it in and to her, and then she updates every year. So with the size we are, that's about it. We do get called and we do respond. Maybe only maybe 3, 4, 5 times a year to go help, like on some. We have a lot of widows, and to go help clean up their yards or whatever, and we always respond to that. Usually they'll know one of our Legion members and talk to them, and they'll come and say, hey, we need to go do this, and we'll go do that. But that's just something we all should do. But that's my Legion post, and I know that you provide funds. A few months ago, we got funds from you that we greatly appreciated, and I hope you can give us whatever you can give us. I know you guys are strapped too, and I think that's about all I have, gentlemen.
Okay, well, appreciate you. Thank you for your time and
Can
for your service.
I make a suggestion to you?
Yeah.
Tell the city of Income to quit charging you utility rates. Or city of Downey.
Quit charging utility
Well,
rate?
you're paying the city of Downey every month, I assume that may be for water,
Yes, sir.
sewer. Tell them to donate that. That's a chunk of your money. That's $1,100, and we're giving you money. It's almost like you say
We're paying Downey.
we're paying Downey. Tell
Rex, I'll tell Rex.
Rex that I told him
I
that
didn't
he
know
could
that.
waive that.
I knew we were paying it, but I didn't know we could ask him.
Yeah, just as for what you're doing, that's $1,100 if you're a very small budget anyway. See if
Yeah.
you could approach very kindly the city of Downey and say, could you just,
If he won't work with you, we're moving.
yeah.
Don't tell Rex that, don't tell anybody else that.
If I get a chance, I may have a chat with you anyway.
I'd appreciate it.
I just
I'll tell
think
him.
that's silly for your organization. Here you're asking for us to donate you money so we can pay your water bill down there. And it looks to me like you could do the same thing as Rocky Mountain Power. You know, see if there's some way, even with them, that, what minimum power that you must be using for little meetings, but just as a recommendation, that might help you a little bit there too.
Yeah, actually, because, see, that's a meeting place also. The little Bible church uses it.
Yeah.
And a lot of families have family reunions in it, and we don't charge for it, but most of them will leave a donation.
Yeah, just,
Yeah.
I appreciate all you guys' service and everything else, and we'll help you what we can, but we might help you through a couple other ways and get some other things reduced for you. And if you need a letter of strong recommendation, we'd be glad to give it to you.
If he doesn't,
Yeah, tell Rex.
I will.
Tell Rex he's got to come and see me.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, gentlemen. Ma'am, thank you too. And I hope you have a great day.
You
Thank
too.
you.
Go ahead and put it